Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May our homage to our teacher Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Friends, today we study Satipatthāna Sutta. And what is the second Satipatthāna Sutta means? And the sutta, the teaching about establishing mindfulness. And there are 4 grounds that we establish mindfulness according to this teaching. If you remember what was the first ground, we develop mindfulness based on what? Do we develop mindfulness? Based on body. Do you remember all the meditations we studied so far? Body meditations. Breathing, posture meditation, and the 4 elements meditation, and charnel ground meditation. All of those things were about establishing mindfulness to a very physical object, and that was the body. And based on those meditations, what we develop? We develop mindfulness. Okay. Now, in this teaching, according to the instructions of the Buddha, there are 4 grounds. First one was the body. Second one, can you guess what is the second one? Based on the feelings, taking the ground as a feeling, we develop mindfulness. What is are those body meditations, were those things easier practices for us, or was it very difficult for us? Or what do you think about the body meditations? For an example, let's take the breathing. Was it easy, or is it like goes with the challenge and with the struggle, with the striving we obtain? It's kind of a challenging meditation, right? Yeah. And the postures are also very challenging to observe, because once we were with our body and in a split second we might lost somewhere else. I mean, talking about a meditation retreat session like retreat day, we completely focus to our bodily meditations and we try to do them. And sometimes we find out like it's so hard to be together with the body meditation, the body. Now, when we develop the body meditation for some time, it's said that in the teachings that we get the opportunity to observe our feelings in our mind. And based on those feelings, one develops mindfulness. Where those feelings stays, mostly those feelings are stays in our mind and we can observe inside the mind when they arise. So what I want to tell you is that it's more difficult to observe the feelings. Not to discourage you, but to be study, I mean to go to the reality, to understand the reality, we need to know that this is also a difficult practice, and which means we need more and more effort to observe the feelings. Okay? Feelings. There are times when people, the friends meditate, they time to time experiences some good feelings with the meditations. Good feelings. Some people, when they meditate, they get angry. Angry about the meditation or angry about someone said something. Okay? Sometimes people frighten, they scare to the meditations. And all those things, we can say that those are things that we feel, right? It's our normal day-to-day life. We speak those things as my feelings. I feel scared. I feel frustrated. I feel angry. I feel joy. Inside the meditation, people feel those things. And again, sometimes people feel good, like good experiences, like their mind, when their mind is getting peaceful, people feel a sudden joy, like big happiness. Now, the Buddha say, in those moments when you feel those feelings, you focus your mindfulness to those feelings to be more mindful, to develop more mindfulness, which means you don't let go those things. You take those feelings also to increase your mindfulness. Does that make sense? Let's say during the meditation you get angry, you try and try and try, but you don't feel any joy. Then what do? You focus to that feeling. You get to know, okay, I have this angry feeling, which means you don't miss your opportunities to develop mindfulness. We develop mindfulness whenever possible. Like Buddha say, I teach you not to abandon mindfulness at any time. Be forever mindful. But normally we think, okay, we only develop mindfulness when we go to the monastery or to the meditation center or when we meet the teacher inside the Zoom discussion, we develop mindfulness. But other times, we think we don't need to meditate. But according to this mindfulness, this Satipaṭṭhāna Sutta, Buddha say, try your best to get the mindfulness over the feelings. Okay? So feelings are not to be abandoned. The reason why I shared this one was that some of my friends said to me that they feel so sudden joy in their meditation. So sometimes they say, I was scared and I didn't know what to do next. And some friends say, I feel I was lost. Then what do you do all those moments? You try your best to capture all those feelings too. How many feelings do we have? Exactly according to the Buddhist instructions, teachings, Buddha say pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, neither pleasant nor unpleasant. Doesn't say it's neutral, but he say neither pleasant nor unpleasant. If we take the exact teaching according to the Buddha, he say pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, neither pleasant nor unpleasant feeling. Okay. Now this is not to be confused with the emotions. Normally in psychology or in other teachings, we normally study about the emotions. And here feeling is separated in, there is two different distinction in this feeling and the emotion in the Buddhist teachings. Okay. Normally when it comes to the feeling, according to the Buddha's teachings, that it is just a feeling tone. Okay. Feeling means a feeling tone, a kind of sense of happy feeling. Let's say, for an example, sometimes people translate this feeling in Buddha's teachings, Vedana, feeling, to be as a sensitivity, or sometimes people say it is experience, but still it's different from the emotion. What happens when we get an emotion? People say, I felt so emotional.
We get angry.
Yeah, when let's say, out of sadness, if someone is having emotion, what do they normally say? I became so much emotional, so what I did? I cried because I felt so emotional. And sometimes people say, I remembered that incident too, I felt so frustrated and I became so emotional. So emotional can be seen as a more developed version of the feeling, but the feeling here, Vedana, means is subtle, like not subtle, but it's just a feeling tone. We feel something. Let's say we see somebody, one of our friend. We feel happy, we feel pleasant. Oh, this is my friend. Then we start to think over and over again, okay, this is my friend, he helped me like this, like that, and when I was lost, this person helped me and gave me this and that and talked with me dearly. So then I think over and over again, and it became so much, probably it came like an emotion. Like I would think, oh, if I can talk to this person and go for a walk with this person, go for a tea with this person. So we produce more and more thoughts, more and more mental like constructions, and then we become emotional. But feeling is just a feeling. We feel it. In the first impression, we felt this person. Oh, this is my friend. Pleasant feeling. So as the unpleasant, we see an angry person or enemy or someone did bad thing to us. Then we think about that person. And then we become so sad. And we develop sadness up until we cry if we were not mindful. But this sad feeling, is unpleasant feeling, can also be seen as just an impression. It's a sad feeling, like unpleasant feeling tone. Confusing? Happy feeling, sad feeling. Let's
But
keep aside about the neutral for a minute. Yes, Eva?
can you say it like that? The emotions are more, we are reacting physically.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah, we can say like
crying
that.
is more a
Yeah.
physical reaction
Yeah.
than the feeling itself is just a thought, and it's like it says some kind of mental consciousness.
Yeah,
The
we can
feeling.
say, for the feeling is an activity in the consciousness, but it doesn't define alone consciousness, but it is some kind of a function in the consciousness.
Yeah.
But yeah, it need to be developed even more to increase it to emotion. But I couldn't find a like equivalent to in the Buddhist teachings to emotion. And that doesn't mean the Buddha didn't recognize emotion, but it means like it speaks about in a different perspective because these teachings are focused to end of the suffering, like understanding the true nature of the reality. So it doesn't go and dwell deep into the emotion itself, but it speaks about the feelings and the cravings. Now, a feeling give rise to anger. If we feel sad, we get angry. We try to resist from that. And if we feel happy, normally it's said that when we feel pleasant feeling, the outcome of that is that we get greed about that experience. And the neutral is something that we lost. We'll talk about all these things later, but today we will only study about this. What is feeling according to the teachings? Kincha bhikkave vedanam vadeta. That's his Buddha's language. Kincha bhikkave vedanam vadeta. English translation. And why do you call it feeling? What is the meaning of the feeling? This is where Buddha categorized mental like activities, and here Buddha extract the feeling, and when he defines the feeling, he say like this: Vedayati ko bhikkhave tasma vedanati vuchyati. Okay, this is the definition. It feels. That's why it calls feeling. Why does it called feeling? Because it feels. Kincha vedayati, because it feels. That's why it is called feeling. Just hold on. Kincha vedayati. Kincha vedayati. And what does it feel? What do we normally feel? Sukhampi vedayati, dukkhampi vedayati, adukkama sukhampi vedayati. It feels pleasure, pain, and neutral. It feels, that's why it is called feeling. So we feel pain, happy feeling, pleasure feeling, or painful feeling, or neutral feeling. Okay? That is why it is called feeling. This is the like the definition Buddha gave, but when we are going to understand it, we should understand it through our experience. Now we feel happy, sad, or neutral, or in another translation there is like pleasant, unpleasant, neither pleasant nor unpleasant. Here in this translation, pleasure, pain, neutral. So whatever we call it, there are only three feelings: pleasure, pain, neutral. Now, we need to see this through our experience. And in the teachings, it says that you develop mindfulness with these three. It says that you develop mindfulness based on these three, which is very tricky, very difficult. And doesn't mean that we don't have these feelings, but when it comes to establishing mindfulness, it can be very challenging. Okay? And the meditation is that. That's the meditation. Now tell me, what is the object of this meditation now? First you understood happy, sad, neutral. There are three feelings. And what would be the object of this meditation to develop mindfulness? Here, contemplation of feeling. Contemplation of feeling means the feeling meditation, developing mindfulness with the feeling. And how bhikkhus means practitioner, they say bhikkhu abide contemplating feeling as feelings. Feeling as feelings means one is developing mindfulness, focus into the feeling. Here, when feeling a pleasant feeling, a practitioner understands, I feel a pleasant feeling. Okay? When feeling a painful feeling, he understands, I feel a painful feeling. When feeling a neither painful nor pleasant feeling, he understands, I feel a neither painful nor pleasant feeling. Okay, we'll stop here. We only talk about these three feelings, and here it says how the practitioner practice to develop mindfulness on the feelings. That person understands, I feel a pleasant feeling. Very simple. When feeling a painful feeling, he understands, I feel a painful feeling. When feeling a neither painful nor pleasant feeling, he understands, I feel a neither painful nor pleasant feeling. Okay? A special word, understand. Practitioner understands, I feel a pleasant feeling. Let's only take the first line. Let's only take the first line. Don't be scared. We'll talk about this more. I feel a pleasant feeling. He understands. So that's how you develop mindfulness over the feelings. Okay? Let's say now there is a moment in your life, in a situation that let's say you see a beautiful person. Do you feel sad, unpleasant when you see an attractive person?
No, it's an agreeable feeling.
What feeling do we normally feel?
Pleasant.
Yes, we feel pleasant feeling. Now, what do we do according to this meditation is that we focus to that pleasant feeling. You don't need to find where I feel that. Just become aware about the feeling that you are experiencing at that moment. Oh, I feel pleasant feeling. I see this, my friend. I feel pleasant feeling. It's said that in the teachings, in the later teachings, Buddha say that your mindfulness increases when you become aware about the feeling that you are receiving in the moment. And that's the second establishment of the mindfulness, the feeling. Okay. Again, let's say we see an unpleasant thing, like something bring us angry. Then what we do is that we become aware about the unpleasant feeling. Oh, now I have unpleasant feeling.
But one day it doesn't have to end into being angry. I mean, a bad smell, for example, would
Yes,
also be an unpleasant feeling.
yes. So what we do in that moment is that we try to be aware about that unpleasant feeling, which means we put all our energy, all our focus to isolate that feeling itself, to know it clearly, know it very well, separated from all the other problems, other distractions. We just try to single out only the feeling itself. Oh, this is unpleasant feeling. If you do it rightly, if you do it clearly, correctly, you won't get angry. You won't get greed. You won't be lost in the feelings. You just observe the feeling just as it is. Let's say someone insult, we hear the sound, we feel unpleasant. Oh, then what do? We normally don't like try to tangle with the words or that discussion or that problem. Like, well, we can do it later, but we don't go and fight in that moment. Before all that, we try to focus to that unpleasant feeling. Oh, I just got an unpleasant feeling because of I heard the sound. We normally, when we focus mindfulness to the feelings or whatever the object of the mindfulness, we don't normally go and analyze, measure, compare, or like judge, or we don't do anything. We just try to be alert to the feeling that we are receiving. A simple way to practice this in your day-to-day life, please make a tea or a coffee. Why? To meditate. This time to meditate. Okay, so you make a delicious tea or coffee. You do that to meditate, and you take it outside to a beautiful place because only the happy mind become mindful, would they say? So you go to a happy place, like beautiful place, and you make the tea. You already made that, and you drink the tea. You enjoy the tea. While you enjoy the tea, where do you focus? To
On the
the
pleasant feeling.
Yeah, the pleasant feeling. You try to focus to the pleasant feeling. Don't try to find where is it, where is the mind, where is the brain, where is the heart, where is the kidneys, where are the livers. Don't need to find physical places, but you can become aware about the feeling. Can we?
Bhante, what
The
happens
people
when,
can do that. Just hold on. People can do that when they feel sad. I have found out like people try to make permanent the sad feelings and tell me, no, whatever you say, Bante, that person did this to me, I won't let it go. Try to be mindful about the sad feeling. It's not mindfulness, but think about that over and over and over again. So it can only feel so sad. But there are such times like people live ages by thinking those sad feelings. But if we focus to the wholesome, like a skillful way, we can use the same happy feeling to develop mindfulness. Okay? We'll talk about this more in later. Don't worry. We go one step at a time. Yes, Sumana.
so thank you, Bhante. The question I had is if you're doing breathing meditation
Yes.
and a pleasant feeling or unpleasant feeling comes up.
Yes.
So do you treat it more like a thought that just like a cloud and notice it and understand and just let it go? Or do you deal with it like, oh, I'm having a pleasant feeling?
Yeah. You just deal with it with the thought that I'm just having a pleasant feeling.
During the breathing meditation.
Yeah, even during the breathing meditation.
Okay.
You don't try to see it as a thought,
Yeah.
just you put your awareness over the feeling, whether it's body or mind,
Oh,
because there are some body feelings, there are some mentally like focused feelings. Doesn't mean that they are too different. I mean, like they, those feelings arise dependent on the body and then on the mind and things we see outside, so on. But here, because we need to focus to the feeling, all we need is to drop every other things
hmm.
and come to the feeling that experience we are feeling.
And just understand that it's pleasant or unpleasant. It's not,
Well, yeah, if you were to do that successfully, you'll get to know the its impressions, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant or neutral.
yeah.
Well, you go more deeper into understanding neutral as it develops your mindfulness. You can start with the pleasant feeling because it's very clear to us,
Yeah.
very powerful.
Yeah, that's good to know because there's thoughts and then there's feelings. So, and when you're meditating, you get both. You get more thoughts, but occasionally there's a feeling that you don't know what to do with it. So
No,
now
no,
we know.
you only find whatever you feel happy, only find whatever you feel sad, only find whatever you feel neutral, and try to focus to that. This is not the thought meditation,
Yeah,
this is feeling meditation.
feeling. Okay.
Please try to recognize what is thought and what is feeling. Feelings are happy, sad, neutral. Thoughts are other constructions in the mind, like well, we come to that in the later, like
Yeah, yeah.
when we
Mental
study
objects.
about the third establishment of the mindfulness. We'll talk about that. Don't worry. Try your best to understand according to the teaching,
Mm-hmm.
according to the Buddha's teaching. Don't mix psychology. Don't mix Buddhism. Don't mix other like teachings together with this.
Mm-hmm.
But go with this teaching and then try to recognize those happy, sad feelings.
Good.
Okay, in your day-to-day life, can you find out happy, sad, neutral feelings?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's very simple. As long as you can know. Yeah. If a person, yeah, one answer for my friends who asked me some questions about in like the experiences they get through the meditations. If you feel overjoyed because of the meditation and you are feeling so much deep happiness, try to know that happiness as a feeling. Then you can successfully develop to the next stage. Because you don't know the feeling as it is, your mind is just try to attach to that feeling to make it forever. When you feel that joy, try to know, oh, this is happy feeling. And then it will develop your mindfulness and you can successfully move forward with that mindfulness. Thank you so much for joining with the session. May you be well and happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. By the power of this merit we collected, may every one of us has the great opportunity to realize the supreme enlightenment in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.